What if knowing more didn't make you wiser? And what if truly understanding something makes you a threat? We're drowning in information, facts, stats, headlines, data, but somehow we're still thirsty for wisdom. In schools, in boardrooms, online, the people that can memorize and repeat, they're often rewarded. But the ones who stop and ask, what does this really mean? Or, why do we even believe this? They're often seen as the troublemakers. So here's the big question. Why does deep understanding feel threatening in a society built on stability and sameness? And how do we balance the comfort of shared norms with the chaos that often comes with real intellectual evolution? In this age of algorithmic echo chambers, standardized thinking, and curated consensus, the tension between knowing and understanding, between conforming and questioning, shapes more than just what we learn. It shapes who we become. So let's step into that tension, into the spaces where knowledge collides with meaning and where going along meets speaking up. Welcome to the conversation. In part one, we're diving into the continuum that stretches from knowing to understanding. And while they may seem similar, the difference between them is huge and deeply important. Knowledge is about collecting facts, definitions, and formulas. Understanding goes deeper. It's about making sense of those facts. It means interpreting, connecting, even questioning them. Knowledge is measurable. It's easy to test, compare, and to grade. Understanding? That's messier. It's reflective and often nonlinear, which makes it harder to measure and easier to overlook. Knowledge can go deep, but it often stays narrow. You might know a lot about one thing. Understanding, on the other hand, tends to stretch wide. It connects ideas across disciplines, time periods, and contexts. Because it can be measured, knowledge is rewarded, especially in schools and workplaces. But understanding, that's harder to pin down. And because of that, it's often undervalued or even quietly discouraged. One fills your mind, the other changes how you see. Before we wrap up part one, let me leave you with a question. What is something you know but don't truly understand? I've already shared mine in the comments to get the conversation started. Now it's your turn. What's sitting in your head like a fact, but hasn't really sunk in as insight? Drop your thoughts below in the comments section. I genuinely would love to hear them. Part 2. You've probably heard the Japanese proverb, the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. No phrase better captures the tension between conformity and questioning, between blending in and speaking up. Conformity is about aligning with social norms, expectations, and dominant worldviews. Think back to when people believed the sun revolved around the earth. That belief wasn't popular, it was enforced. Even though a heliocentric model had been floated as early as the 4th century BC, it took almost 15 centuries before it started to gain traction. And up until the 17th century, simply saying the earth wasn't the center of the universe could get you imprisoned. Or worse. Want to kill innovation? Then make obedience a virtue and treat dissent as a threat. Now, on the flip side, questioning means challenging the rules, the assumptions, and the people in power. It's driven by curiosity, and it's the mark of every transformative thinker. But there's a cost. Questioners are often seen as troublemakers. They're labeled as subversive, disruptive, even dangerous. Just ask Socrates, who questioned everything and ended up drinking hemlock for it. Fast forward to today. We claim to love innovation, but let's be honest. Creativity isn't a death spiral. People see the flaws in systems, but they stay quiet. It's easier to keep the peace than challenge the process. Asking uncomfortable questions? That's considered bad form. Just look at the entertainment industry. Instead of taking creative risks, we get endless remakes, often with lackluster results. In business, we chase cheaper versions of the old ideas instead of building better ones. So here's a question to close part 2. And this is one for all the cooks out there. Do you just repeat family recipes, or do you tweak the ingredients, challenge the method, and make it your own? So why is this episode called Dangerous Understanding? Because history has shown us time and again, just like with Socrates, that asking the wrong question or the right question at the wrong time can be dangerous. But this isn't a story about danger. This is a story about courage. Because courage doesn't exist without risk, without tension, without something at stake. And in today's world, where fast facts are rewarding and easy consensus keeps everything smooth, it's tempting to stick to what you know. But real transformation, that comes from understanding. Deeply, quietly, courageously. The truth is, the most powerful kind of intelligence isn't about knowing more. It's about understanding better, and then daring to question what that understanding demands of you. Because the future, it doesn't belong to the ones with the most answers. It belongs to those who understand what matters and dare to ask why. So ask. Please like and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, buy us a cup of coffee. See the link below in the description. And as always, thank you for watching.